Hi everyone, delonewolf here, welcome back to some EVE Online, and in today's video we're gonna do a bit of exploration, but it's going to be a little bit different. I'm going to look for some relic and data sites. Now the reason I'm doing this, it has a little bit of a story behind it. I was thinking about all the exploration that I've been doing around here. It's only been focused on the combat sites because of the Ishtar fit requiring some tank, but it reminded me of my time when I was doing exploration in the Ishtar in the Galente space area, so around Serpentis sites. The big advantage there was that I needed 0 tank modules on my Ishtar, just because the rats would never really do any damage to me when I was using the sentries the same way I'm using sentries right here. And the Sancha, unfortunately, close distance a bit faster, they have better range, and so they require a little bit of tanking ability in order to do sites in against the Sancha, so in Sancha space. But Serpentis, they are just at the perfect distance. They are also short-range blasters most of the time, and if you're fast enough, they just never even touch your ship. The biggest advantage of that was that I could fit a relic and data analyzer on my Ishtar, and that made it the one platform that could run any signature in highsec that it could scan without any problem. Back in those days, data sites were actually pretty good. There were data sites that were getting us tens of millions of ISK because of the high value of the decryptors. Unfortunately, after a while, they made exploration really accessible, which meant that so many more players were doing that activity that all the values from relic and data sites basically tanked. And as a result, I mostly skipped those sites and focused only on data sites. But that has been several years, and I'm a little bit curious. If I'm not mistaken, there have been a few rebalancings of let's go to Tashinaz, rebalancing patches on the loot tables of relic and data sites, and so I'm curious to see if the whole hype, the easiness of these relic and data sites has basically died down a little bit, if there's less competition, and what the values are at the moment. If it would be worth it, for instance, to look for a different ship that's better than the Ishtar against Sancha, like a Gila, for instance, and if I could try to add maybe a data analyzer or a relic analyzer, giving me better options when it comes to the sites that I'm scanning. The one thing that I loved about that Ishtar was that I could do so without having to refit. I feel like that's a little bit of a hassle that I don't want to bother with. I really want this all-in-one option, and well, first of all, of course, if I want to try that, I need to find out if it's worth doing, or if these relic and data sites are basically still worthless. So let's see what we find here. Nothing in Dital and nothing in Chunka. So Tashinaz, bit of a one-way street here that's not frequented too often. That unfortunately is a wormhole, so we'll switch to this guy over here. Well, let's maybe put these guys down close to the planet. Let's see if that's actually a correct guess. Wasn't there a planet there? Yeah. So signatures tend to spawn close to planets, so let's see if I'm right. I have maybe half the round sphere. Let's see if I actually catch the signature like this. Could be interesting. Yeah, there you go. Unfortunately, it's yet another wormhole. So people have been doing a decent amount of exploration around here, apparently. Let's move on to the next system of Dira, and let's hope for yeah, a relic or a data site, which is what I would like to see. If you're curious about the fit that I'm using here, it's just an explorer ship that you could also take into wormhole space, for instance. So you have a covered ops cloak, you have probe launcher, of course. Not sure, this is for speed, and here we have relic data analyzer, a micro op drive, and then 3 workhorse stabilizers, just in case you are hit by a single enemy, you actually have a chance to get out. So nothing here. Let's move on to another system. Nail, we actually have to go out of our way a little bit to find something, which is well, kind of strange. I mean, just 3 wormholes and 1 very small combat sites over 1, 2, 3, 4 systems already. That's not a lot. On the refuge front, maybe a quick note to make here as well. Yesterday I had a refuge, a faction rat spawned, and it dropped 50 million ISK. So on top of the escalation that you can get, which is a 3 out of 10, that also has a pretty good loot table, Sansha refuges can definitely be worth it. That was a pretty amazing drop. So 3 signatures, let's hope for something good here. Let's take a look at what these are. Yeah, looks like we're at a good height. Let's see if we can spot something. It's been a very long time since I've done any exploration for relic and data sites, so the hacking game is also going to be combat sites. Damn it, that's not what we want. And well, this is just the first scan, so no way that this is like a 3 or a 4 out of 10. This is something really small. And it's another combat site. That one is a bit tougher to scan down, so we'll quickly do it. Just in case it's a 4 out of 10 or something like that. Might be worth it to at least bookmark it. Although with 12 in local, well, definitely Sasha watch, that's not that great. That one, we're not gonna bother with it. So let's move on to another one. Shastal is right next to Lowsec. A bit of hit and miss, that system. Sometimes it's really good with a lot of anomalies as well. Sometimes, yeah, people do drop by and then it's mostly going to be for exploration, so then you won't find much of anything in there. But let's give it a chance. Am I running with 16 probes? Yes, I am. They're just Tech 1 probes in a core probe launcher too as well. You want to keep the cost down if you're looking for an exploration ship that you want to risk in wormhole space, for instance. So right now though, this experiment is to see if we can get any value out of highsec relic and data sites. So moving on to the next one. Only one signature, no anomalies. Yeah, there has been a decent amount of scanning and exploration in these systems apparently. So what are you? XO or XD, yet another wormhole. Yeah, not that great. Let's move on to the next system. It can be pretty hit and miss, and so far it's been a lot of miss. So one thing maybe also, if you can check it out on the overview, this region of space is really getting developed quite heavily. You've got Astrausus, Raitarus in every system. And my project was a little bit, let's see if I can get the Tal to only a refuge. Okay, Mendori next. I was looking to see if I could maybe try and build up the Tal a little bit, get something that would be equivalent to some station services and things like that rolling. But it looks like there are people that have had the same plan, because we of course also have a large citadel and an Asbel large engineering complex in there now. So it's basically become definitely a system all of its own, with a respectable population for being in the void. I would say between 20 and 30 pretty much all the time, which is not bad. And then you sometimes of course do get the spikes from people that come from Providence, which make it a little bit more interesting. Alright, 3 signatures. Let's hope for something here at least. This big one actually looks so much bigger that it could almost be a good combat site. But of course I am zooming from system to system quite a bit faster in 2 combat sites. Holy crap. In this frigate I do zoom from system to system quite a bit faster than in the Ishtar. Let's take a look at this one. Just a rogue drone asteroid infestation, a 3 out of 10. No, it's going to be down here, I think. We'll quickly check, just in case it is the big signature, but I don't think so. And then we still have XLW, which is then probably going to be a wormhole. Still saying combat sites. Oh, and it's basically telling me that it's the top signature. Let's take a look. Yeah, just a hideaway. That's not gonna do us any good. You are next. And another combat site. Sasha hideout. Definitely not great either. Okay, Mendori to Nakatre. Nakatre tends to be a decent system. It doesn't have great services. It's also not along the main highways that are used here, so oftentimes this does have a bit more to explore. Let's hope it does. Here only 5 in local, not that much, so should be good, but yeah, we're definitely not lucky. Only 1 signature and the refuge. Let's see what it is. Close to a planet. Here. And another wormhole. Man. Next up, Hakashama. Let's do that. Or Hakshma. Hakshma is the actual name. Taranis. Again, not that many in locals. I'm really surprised that everything has basically been emptied out like that. But it happens, of course. People do the same activities as I do. Okay, at least 3 anomalies, 3 signatures. That's a little bit more than the rest. Let's see what we have. At risk a close scan like this, to be honest. We're probably a bit too high though. Let's see if we catch anything. Yeah, we're definitely too high. Okay, let's run one around here, and this one is okay. So that's a wormhole, and this one is going to be down there. Let's go like this. And another wormhole. That's pretty crazy. What about you? Oh, damn. Well, not the best of places, but I think we'll catch it. And here again, I do suspect that it's going to be very close to that planet. So let's run like this. Okay. Relic site. Alright. A first one. let's see. Seems to be decently tricky to find as well. So I think it could be one with a decent amount of hacks, which would be good. It'll give us a little bit of an idea. So, Crumbling Sasha Stone Formation, Warp 2. Yes, I know that I need a relic analyzer. Let's take a look here. 51,000 ISK value for my probes. Let's see what we can find in there. And it's... okay, it's definitely been a long time since I don't have these. Add large collidable objects. No, remove. Where are the containers? Let's do all. Stone formation. Oh man, it's full of debris. Broken engine. Okay. And then, oh yeah, it's only the large collidables. That's a little bit weird. Oh no, that's gonna be debris. And here we also have another Helios, who's actually blue. Ah, here they are. Okay. Yeah, it's been so long. Add approach. Activate. And there we go. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's definitely not bad. Let's do an orbit at 1,000. And let's see if we can get to hacking. Let's use this, and there's the core. This gets me 140,000 in salvage. It's armor plates, and these are actually extremely low in value at the moment. So that is definitely pretty interesting. Let's do an orbit at 1,000 again. Let's grab the next one. Let's see if we can get something out of this. We'll cross the road. That tends to be good. There we go. Pretty lucky with the core again. And it's an empty one. Okay. You're next. Micro warp drive. Let's do the orbit. We'll just keep it running for one more cycle. Let's target. You can go. And make sure we don't overshoot because we are a bit fast. I think 7k would have been, yeah, 6k, so we would have overshot. There we go. Nothing. 3. Okay. Has to be this. Yep. There we go. And, well, that's almost 1 million. I wouldn't call that great, but definitely not too bad. Let's see what this one gets us. Orbit at 1,000. Start targeting. And start hacking. I think we won't overshoot this one. Probably best to just go here. Yeah, it usually is. 300,000. Okay, not great, but much better than what I remember actually. Just getting 1 million out of it is actually exceptional from a few years ago. So, what's next? Orbit 1k. I think it'll be okay. Let's start hacking. Can't be there with the tree, so it could be here. It is, and yeah, you would get more like stuff like this, which is worth absolutely nothing. So okay, 1 million, 5 containers, not great, but at least it's something for the effort. Let's move to the next system and at least look for a data site as well. Hope for a couple of decryptors so that we might have an idea of this. So Spatial attunement units, not worth a lot. It's definitely the salvage that's doing it. Armor plates under 40,000. Here, contaminated nanite compounds. What the hell just blew up? No idea. Not sure what that was, but this contaminated nanite compound used to be worth nothing and is now worth 700,000 ISK. So that's a big difference as well. And then burnt logic circuits have always been pretty decent too. So HT next. Let's keep looking for that data site. This is a system with ice belts, and as you can see, when the belts are not there, people do go check for the rest because we're just empty. Everything has been cleared out. Whenever you want. Okay, we have a signature, only one, no anomalies, so that probably means wormhole. Let's put it in between the center and the planet. I think that's the best opportunity, or the best chance. It's a pretty big one. It's a wormhole. Alright. Next. Keys could be alright. If you'd go to a Mar, you would not need to do this jump. So maybe. Let's see. Nope, absolutely nothing. Uedala next.
Warp drive active.
So very empty the void here, I have to say. We usually get at least a little bit more. One signature, but I doubt it. This is definitely a bit more of a highway system. So I would again gamble a wormhole. Take the furthest dot like that. Nope, not like that actually. I thought it was strange that it was so far away from any planetary bodies. Let's see if it's this one. There we go. Unfortunately, it's another wormhole, which means that we can still go to Latiaha.
Warp drive active.
Only one Strauss here. Okay. Yep, Uedala, SS Kama, I think. Amar is 7, so it's on that route. That's okay. Honestly, something like a trade up here, I think would make sense. Maybe it's a bit too risky. Just one signature again. Not a lot of people in local, so maybe it's new. Doesn't look too big though. And just the combat sites too easily scanned down. There's a couple more systems that I could check. Upper Debel and Lower Debel. And then maybe SS Kama, so if we don't find anything we'll switch back there. But that's basically all the systems that I usually check when I have a lot of time, and there is absolutely nothing. People are exploring this region like crazy. Maybe it's actually getting time to look for some better opportunities in wormhole space, potentially. We'll see. Ah, that's definitely more promising. Let's take a look at all of this. Two big ones. Okay, so combat sites, not gonna be anything all too special. All those guys seem to be in the center, so let's just do another one. Aha, data site. Let's start with this one. I'm curious if we find any decryptors and what their values are at. There used to be a few decryptors that were worth several million ISK back in the day, and that always made it worth it to quickly jump into any of these data sites. So this is only a mainframe. Let's see if I can actually grab it. Like that. Now it's down here. Okay. Let's see if we can spot any of the other ones in the meantime, because I am curious to see if there's anything else in here. Let's do a quick analyze. While we're in warp, we're arriving. Okay, 2 info shards. Really close by, that's handy. Let's press approach. Okay, we can stop. Let's start the hack. Let's see what's in here. Here's the core. We get nothing. Okay, annoying. We have another data site. That's nice. And we can start this hack as well. Yep, here we go. Almost in range. And an empty one. Okay, that's not great. If I'm looking for a better value on the data sites, it doesn't seem to be the case right now. But we have a second chance. So let's see if we can scan this one down. You is what I... What? Let's... It was here, right? I think so. Maybe it's because of the reset when the data site is actually gone. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Grab you. Please be something. All right. Shattered life support system. I think that's 3. We can still try to find something over here as well. Okay, here we go. It is 3 of them. So, orbit at 1K. Let's go like this. Let's see if we can find the decryptor. God damn it. We're quite fast, so let's make sure we don't overshoot. Looks like we're good. Man. So it's not here, it's here. 1 decryptor, 235,000. Definitely less than I remember still. So the major reason I think that most of these have dropped so low is just because of how easy and accessible these types of sites have become, and the supply has exploded when CCP changed exploration to make it more accessible. And that still doesn't really seem to have come back all that much. Although that one relic site was better. So here again it's another symmetry decryptor, which is worth exactly the same. So we have one more chance here. Let's target this one. Let's see, at least we got a couple decryptors. Don't bounce too far. Alright, let's quickly grab this and 3. And nope. 5, so it could be on this side. Yes, it is. Take it. And 210 high-tech data chip. Talocan mechanical gears. Okay. So, definitely not great though. Let's see what's left. Quickly redo this one. And this one is pretty tricky. I wouldn't be surprised if it's something like a sleeper cage, which, well, you can't really run in this. You can't even run it in the Ishtar. You need some serious tank, a tech tree or something like that to run those. And, oh, it's a data site, right? Another one. Okay, we'll give that a chance. Man, how the hell does that work? I find absolutely nothing for a dozen systems, and here I find 3 data sites in a row. That's pretty crazy. Let's hope it's a little bit better. Yep, again 3 sites. Okay, let's see if we can grab them. Approach, go like that, orbit at 1k. Show me the money. Where is the ISK? Absolutely getting creamed here. 5, so it's not going to be in this direction. 4, 3, 2, it could be here. It is not, so it's hiding behind this one somewhere. There we go. Another symmetry. Most common one at 235. I hope we get a different one in here, because that does still give me a little bit of hope for that something, that a different type of decryptor would actually be worth something. Let's take a look. That's a lot of nothing. Okay. Could be, but it's not. Alright, gonna be you. Yes. And some data cores, 500,000. Those have been dropping since forever, so still nothing all too special. Come on, info shard. Get me a better decryptor. And yes, I know, some of you guys might say, well, you could just check the market for all of this stuff. Sure, but I prefer to have a little bit of hands-on experience myself. Never seen this before. Takamal binary, Talocan mathematical schematics. It's not worth a lot, but it's definitely new to the loot table from since when I've been running these. And then we still have one more signature to scan. Let's see what this one is. It's not here. What are you? SCN. It's Session Command Relay. Well, that's a combat site that I might want to do. Let's save that location. And I will quickly... yeah, we've been going for 35 minutes. We can still do the final system here, lower Debil. I don't think that there will be a lot because it's a more busy system with the research station. But did I recover them? No, I did. But so far I must say, yeah, not really worth it to explore specifically for these relic and data sites in highsec. Basically the loot table, it's a little bit different. It's probably a bit more stable considering what we just saw. Yeah, what we just saw in the data sites. You know, you have different types of loot, but all of it is worth just a few 100,000 ISK, and you need to be extremely lucky in, let's say, a relic site, so that you can find something like a faction blueprint copy or something like that. That is actually going to be a very nice bonus. But overall, it still looks like this exploration activity is very depressed, and I would personally not even bother with creating a ship that can handle the combat sites and could tackle these exploration sites, these relic and data sites together, because, well, the ISK just isn't worth the detour. You might as well go scan another system and hope for a good combat site. So I'm going to run back to Dital, grab the Ishtar, and we're going to run that 3 out of 10, of course. That might be some good loot, but for now, thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for your patience in this experiment. And as always, I'll see you all next time.